I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. County Commission payday meeting, Friday, October 31st, 9 a.m. So, start off with the agenda approval. Hearing nothing. Move forward as the agenda is approved. Payday approval.
All right, so we have sales tax in your packet. It was $90,533.23. We have Western Associates in the amount of $14,223.88.
They were got bids on that, didn't we?
Yes.
This is all
I think we
EMS
remember that.
shirts or?
Yeah, what is our policy for getting bids on purchases? Do we have a minimum or a minimum amount that we require getting at least 2 bids on, or?
Yes, right now it's 1,000.
Anything over $1,000 is required to have bid out, but I'll make a motion to approve Western Associates. 14,000.
$223.88.
223.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 4-0.
Okay, we have Elcon Services in the amount of $1,465.58.
Make a motion to approve.
Got a motion
Second.
and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? All those abstaining? Aye. 3-1.
Pull out my piece of paper for this so I can read it. All right, total payday, which includes payroll, is $1,563,326.44.
Before we move with a motion, any questions on the warrants?
I have some questions. We spent $100,000 on a new truck, belly dump trailer to save the county money on hauling rock, and we contracted over $33,000 worth of rock hauling. And then I'm assuming that's just the haul charges, that's not the rock charges. Then we have a little over $110,000 worth of rock that we bought. I guess my question is, are we saving any money with that truck? Why are we still having to contract so much rock hauling? Last week, Josh provided 4 years worth of data. What it costs per ton to haul our trash to Butler County landfill. I'd like to see that from Road and Bridge.
A lot of that rock was the hard rock that was stockpiled for the projects and some of the bill decks and all that, I believe, and asphalt. We're not sending our trucks to. I believe. Most of that will be,
I guess I would just like to see, you know, are we saving money with this new truck? How much are we using that new truck?
every day.
I know, I think it was Jail Unruh, I saw hauling rock over on the,
So we have 3 contractors right now hauling, to help catch up. We do have the belly dump, but some of our other rock trucks are, in need of repairs or replacement, and so those trucks currently are not being driven. So, and then with all the rains, I know that we were hauling with, using 3 contractors just to get caught up, so. If you have specific data that you wanna look at, that's fine, just.
I would just like a summary from Road and Bridge, kinda like Josh put together, when we are hauling rock. How much is it costing us? Are we saving money with that new truck? I know it's rained a lot, but if we're hauling stockpiling stuff, they can stockpile stuff when it's raining. And then that's available for, short hauls for when the conditions permit, but I guess I would just like to see some verification that new truck is actually
Is it every day?
use it every day if we have to, and I mean, that $33,000, that's almost the cost of the truck.
Well, plus, you say there's a number of trucks that are down.
Yeah, we have 2 of our gravel trucks that are just basically worn out. They've had things fixed, and right now I know 2 of them that are having trouble, so.
When's the delivery expected on the new one that we ordered?
But Williams doesn't even have it yet, so we haven't had a chance to
It's
inspect it
built,
or
but it
anything.
hasn't been delivered yet, and then still have to have the bed put on.
It won't be until next
We're
year.
talking about 2 different trucks there. Yeah, so the semi, they don't have yet.
I'm talking about the new dump truck.
Okay, and the new dump truck, as Mike said, is not,
It's built, but it hasn't been released for,
it doesn't have the bed yet.
and then would still have to go get the bed stuff put on it.
So Tom thought it might be another month or so before we have that.
So are they going ahead and selling the ones that are wore out?
I think that is the plan, is to go ahead and get rid of those 2 as soon as we get the other one. I did talk to Tom about possibly going ahead and getting rid of them now. I mean, what's the point of holding on to them if they're not safe to
Our
drive or
blade
whatever?
patching, I think, and chip sealing is pretty much done for the years.
So, anyway, he's gonna look at that.
Any other questions, Lawrence? I don't disagree with Clark, I think. I mean, if a contractor is slightly more expensive, but able to knock out more area, we don't need to have the assets. So it's always good to know what it's worth to us.
That's all I'm asking is what's it worth to us? I mean, what's it?
Cost analysis
There you go.
on in-house.
I was giving you the opportunity to
Cost
say.
analysis on in-house versus out-house.
Yep.
Out service, not out.
All right. Any other questions? If not, is there a motion to approve? $1,563,326.44.
So moved.
Motion by Kent,
Second.
second by Clark. All those in favor?
Alright.
4-0.
And I did put it on my list, Commissioner Dirks, to see what we can get pulled together for
I mean,
information.
if Josh can do it, I mean, he provided 4 years worth of data. I mean, we can surely, I'm not saying we have to look at every hall, but if we can get a representative sample and figure out what we're actually paying and what
I've got a couple trucks that I know don't save me any money, and it's just about convenience, so I understand it's. Put tape on it.
That's all I have. Besides a reminder, we don't have Monday's meeting. Election is on Tuesday, so go vote if you have not voted. Then we'll meet on the 10th, and then canvas will be on the 14th of November. At 9. That's all.
Okay. I have a couple
Yep.
things for you. So, last week, we did, we received $752,451.23 FEMA reimbursement for the freeze thaw event back in the early part of 2024. So that has been received and deposited. So just letting you know that that is, so a little bit of good news today. And then I did give you the inspection report on the bridge that washed out, and Doug is still working with EWP, but it looks like the bridge can be repaired instead of having to be replaced. So that is, we don't have cost estimates yet, so.
Are we gonna wait on government money before we pull all that trash out? Or can we come up with some money to get started on that?
Well, I mean, sure, if the board,
You know, we were waiting on that soil conservation money and then
Right,
the
I know.
government shut down.
right,
But, I mean, we're still in, with the kind of weather we've got, another one of those hits on a bridge like that may just totally take it out.
right. So there were two bridges, if you recall, that have drift on them. And the other bridge, they were able to go and look at and make sure that that's still there. And I had talked to Doug and Steve about maybe we just need to go ahead and you know, just get it done. Because the funding that we're waiting on is gonna, you know, if we don't do that work, it's gonna cost a lot more. So that's, if the board wants to do that, you know, you can use capital improvement money to do that work. You can do, I mean, there is money to do it. It's your decision on
I would think we need to talk to that landowner to the south of the bridge there, and even if we can get an excavator in there and get that stuff pulled out and pile it, and if we have to pay him to pile it in his field until we can.
I think a lot of that work has already been done, you know, because we had to do it for while we were waiting for approval, we have everything ready. So like landowners have been talked to, we have permits, we have everything. We were just waiting for them to tell us that we can do the work.
I think we need to,
If we need a motion, I'll make a motion to move ahead on it. Get that done.
I'll second that motion.
Would you want to clarify your motion?
I'll make
What you want us
motion
to do?
go ahead and use capital improvement funds to clear drift on the, at least on the Golden Rod. Did you say they didn't see any damage on the other one?
They haven't in. Can we just do this one and then I can answer?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'll make a motion to move ahead on the drift issue on the Goldenrod Bridge. So we can at least think about getting an estimate on repairs.
Goldenrod, here, 290.
Goldenrod.
290th and Goldenrod.
I think there's another bridge that needs attention on Goldenrod, but just to make sure it's clear. Motion in a second. All those in favor?
Aye. Especially as highly used as that is, sooner we get to it, everybody's happier, everybody will be.
on the other bridge, the Road and Bridge staff was able to go out and look at it, and the bridge is not washed out. We haven't had an inspection on that bridge, but they, they can start removing that, the drift on that. And I think that when I met with Steve this morning, he said that, he would like to go ahead and start getting that done. This other one, we still have EWP involved, and so we're just we'll have to coordinate, but I think they should be able to get started on it pretty quickly, so. And unfortunately, EWP will not pay for the bridge or the damage to the bridge, so. Yeah, that's it.
Went to the KAC meeting, so outside board reports. There was a lot of talk based on property tax and having too many exempt entities and how that shifts everything onto all your other taxpayers. And so I really thought that was a little bit more common knowledge, common sense, but it's an initiative that they're gonna start talking to the legislature on. What brought it up was the retired veterans benefits in Kansas and why they aren't staying. So that kind of got the traction, and now it's ballooned into a whole, what are these entities out there and what do they deserve to have the property tax exemption or not? And these rules were created for a reason, not staying within those bounds in some people's opinions. Something I could get behind. The other thing that piqued my interest was there's going to be legislation come up about navigable waterways and how counties will have more local control when it has nobody could clarify the duration of a dry creek bed, but if it's dry for a certain percentage of time, then it's not. It's going to be a navigable waterway that the county has more control. So as far as where we have to put bridges, so that piqued my interest. That was pretty interesting, and a lot of the other time was talked about the 50th anniversary and KAC in Wichita. So I didn't hear any negative things while I was there, in my opinion. So everything's good.
to the exempt properties. Was there any discussion on what entities may not, what tax?
They didn't single out anybody, but a few comments might have been made about wind pilots versus what the property tax would actually equate to. So, there was some other things on packs and buildings, and it was a big encompassing thing. So. No, it's just framework for now until session goes back. It'll start ironing down what they're targeting and what they're talking about, so. Anybody else got anything?
Commission comments?
Yeah.
Hope that all our young people, chuckled up as most of our back roads are, that they take ounce of caution as well as the entire public to be safe, drive slow. There's chuckles out there that could cause a wreck at any minute. Hope everybody just takes their time, be courteous, meeting somebody, and that nothing super bad happens to our general public constituents of this county. Take a few days to get some of it loaded up, fixed it. Hope everybody's patient to the point.
I want to talk a little bit about accountability. When as an elected official, I feel like I'm accountable to the public, and then people in the county should be accountable to the public as well through me. I got 5 months, we paid over $5,000 to the Bauman Company for consulting work with planning and zoning. The bill's just an hourly rate, 5 months, $5,175, and no clarification on what the county received for that $5,000. I asked for that information 2 weeks ago, or actually not quite 2 weeks ago, on Tuesday of last week, and was told that I'll get to it when I can. Just like the rock issue, when we're paying $100,000 a month for rock, when we're paying $1,000 a month for consulting, I think the public deserves an explanation of what we're getting for that money. I don't know. I've been to every planning and zoning meeting. A couple of these bills I think are for that. I'm not sure how much of that, the packets we got for the last Airbnb was virtually identical to all the other packets. Like cut and paste. So I don't know that there's a whole lot of I just want to know, what we're getting for that money. Because I say if it's for those packets that come to us on those cups, if you look back, the last 5 or 6 of those packets, they're virtually identical. And I don't see that if that's what's being provided, that cost is justified but I don't know what we're getting.
I have no idea, cause it's not on there.
I did respond to Commissioner Dirks when he asked me for that, and basically I was looking for our last contract because the previous commissioners have approved a contract with Bauman, and it lays out what services that they would do for us, and it's at our request. You know, so typically those are when there are reviews that they need for regulations or things like that. That's when we end up utilizing the consultant more. So I did reach out to the contact at the company, and they have sent me the most recent contract. However, the most recent contract we had was for a billing rate of $125, and so an hour, not $150. So then when I reached back out and said, and I did also ask them about the detailed billing. So in the future, he will provide notes on what those hours are for. And we will be either getting a credit or a check back for the difference in the hourly rate since our last contract and when their rate increased. So so that's the update. I was out yesterday, so I have at training, so I just got that information. So anyway.
I would still like to know, what even if it is only $125 a month or an hour instead of $150, what are we getting?
So in the future, we'll get detailed billings. We don't have detailed billings, and they don't have them at the company.
They don't provide, so that they're billing us and they don't provide anything to Sharon.
Right. They don't provide a detailed list of their billing charges.
They don't, what are they giving to Sharon?
So in the future, we will have those notes as far as what those hours are comprised of. That's what they've told me. So that way you'll know.
So can Sharon provide me what was provided for these bills?
They don't provide a detailed billing.
I'm not asking for a detailed billing. If we're paying them money, we're getting something from them, right?
Right, they come to the meetings and there are phone calls and different interactions with them on questions, so that's what we're getting.
I think Clark was just asking, can we get somebody to explain these bills? Whether it's Sharon or them, or anybody, just
Okay,
vaguely.
so does everybody needs a more detailed explanation of than what I've just given you, what our contract outlet lays out? Because that's the service we've been getting from them. This is nothing new. We've used them for years, so.
They've agreed to give detailed notes.
For future, yes, because we requested it.
And then is a phone call still a minimum hour?
Well, we can find that out.
I mean, be interesting to know if we, have a 10 or 15-minute phone call conversation, is it 1 hour?
An hour
Okay.
minimum.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
trying to get you what you need, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
No,
think,
you're just asking about those 5, right? You're not trying to go
that-
back for years.
That's from May through August. We were billed, I say, $5,175. And if, for the month of May, we were billed for 13 hours, $1,950. Surely somebody knows what those 13 hours regarded. And that's all I'm asking.
Okay.
What was
the topic?
What was the topic? What questions were asked, what answers were given? Just some accountability to the public.
Thanks for getting them to provide detail
Sure.
going forward. Thank you for bringing it up. That allows her to find out that we were getting overcharged, so. Any other commission comments? Hearing none, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second, all those in favor? Aye. Adjourned.
We have more than that.